Magnepan is one of those speakers that I always want to test it, but I never had the possibility actually even to see them in live at shows around Germany or Europe. That is actually something really strange because nobody is speaking about it here in Europe, where in US, for example, are really well known, right? But I'm really happy that finally I managed to purchase my first Magnepan, the new LRS Plus. This review will be a little bit different. First of all, no comparison with the old models because, as I say, is my first Magnepan. And to make everything more clear and more funny, I simplified to 5 reasons why you should purchase one and 5 reasons why you should avoid it. So let's do it. The new LRS Plus is an upgrade of the old model LRS. And to be honest, I really didn't understood what they did. There is not so many informations about it. Also, I tried to contact them, but it's look a little bit difficult. In any case, they claim that it's coming with more details and a better sound quality. If you don't know what ribbons or electrostatic speakers are, since actually I was really impressed from it because, oh my god, they make sounds and they don't look like a speaker, right? Basically, the sound wave is created by moving an ultralight film. Difference between electrostatic and quasi-ribbons is that on the electrostatic is using an electrostatic force and on quasi-ribbon magnetic force. Specs are really interesting: 50 Hz to 20 kHz frequency response and only 86 dB sensitivity with a 4 ohm nominal impedance. So yes, definitely you will need good power, but not really to make it play loud, because I was able actually to play it loud also with my Rotel A11, are really cheap amplifiers, but to make it sound clean and not fatigue. But let's move to the unboxing first and after we'll speak about it again. The LRS Plus arrived to me in this ultra teeny slim fit box, made in USA, and the speaker had enough protections inside, so absolutely no problems and well done. With the speaker you will find also this stand, but for some reason I find that is pretty a fail, but I will speak about it later. What else? 3 years warranty, certifications, stickers, instructions manuals that I really suggest to read it, and a couple of resistors for the tweeter attenuation. Also, I will tell you about it just in a moment later. Mount the stand is an easy game. Speakers are available in 2 finishes, are not heavy at all, and that will help, of course, the setup. Setup that it will need space and time, so be sure to have it. And now let's move to 5 reasons why you should purchase absolutely a pair of this beauty. First of all, doesn't look like a speaker. It looks like my absorber trap that are behind me on the wall, just ultra slim. Actually, I didn't expect to find them so small and compact. So if wife acceptance factors really matter for you, I will honestly take it in consideration. And I know a lot of people that are afraid to buy speaker because it looks like a speaker. Second point is absolutely sound quality. These speakers for the price range are highly resolving, and it's coming with a soundstage that is, oh my god, huge. These are probably the main characteristics that immediately impressed me. Imagine to have a wall of sound with a speaker that doesn't look like a speaker, that is disappearing in your room, letting the sounds coming out through the entire front wall. I'm not joking. Imagine I will probably not define it holographic, but if well placed vocals and instruments, it will step out a little bit. Just to avoid a pretty flat 2D imaging, you know what I mean? In any case, the separations between artists and instruments is crazy. Where voices and instruments are reproduced one to one, a perfect copy of the original master. You will not have any cabinet colorations or emphasizations. Everything sounds so natural and neutral. And I couldn't find any single voice, male or female, that was not like I was imagining inside my head. Was everything so clean, so perfect, so natural, and I couldn't ask more. Where instruments are coming out with a lot of air, something that, okay, and you will have separations, details, articulation and speed when you need. Bass, it could sound tiny in some tracks, like a little bit of body in some music genre, but it's actually really fast and also well balanced, where above 50-60 Hz are making drums and double bass subwoofer independent at all, especially in jazz music. And all music genre like acoustic, percussions, audiophile just sounds amazing. Where of course big orchestra, dance, rock, it will need a subwoofer, but we will speak about it later. Third point is, of course, affordable, right? If I'm not wrong, in US it's something around $900. And any $900 speaker is coming with such a huge soundstage, imaging, level of details, clarity and musicality is a A+. And it's really not true that you will need expensive amplifier to drive it, something that I probably thought, because the first combo was with my Cambridge Audio H&Q as preamplifiers, review available in descriptions, and the Macintosh MC300 12 power amplifier that is coming with 300 watt, yes, something like that. So you have all the power that you need, right? And I pushed the Cambridge preamplifiers almost at maximum, something like 80-90% of the volumes, and the Magnepan was just playing so natural, clean. I say, what? That's really strange, you know? How you can play with so much elegance, how you can handle all this power, is meaning probably that they like a good amount of current, right, to be driven. But also moving later to the Musical Fidelity M3 SE, I was able to play really loud without problem, and a small difference that with the Macintosh was, in my opinion, less aggressive and less fatigue, but also with the Musical Fidelity I enjoy every single track, so it's definitely affordable, at least in US. Point number 4. Unique and remarkable. It's not only about purchase a speaker, but is about the story that is behind this type of speaker. How the speaker is made, the love that they put in making this speaker. I'm so fascinated from this speaker that even if I'm not considered perfect, there is a sort of aura behind and above, around the speaker that make it just so unique. They are attracting me like a magnet. I think it's a brand that deserves a lot of respect, and they definitely have mine. It's a speaker that I want always to turn it on, even if I know that probably in some tracks it will lack a little bit of body on bass. Doesn't matter, I really enjoy, especially with jazz music, classic music, violin, piano, sound absolutely superb. A speaker that always surprised me with something new regarding the soundstage or localization. If you have the possibility, listen for this track, Udo Chant, Mickey Hart, Crazy, LRS Plus, Become Invisible, with percussion running from left to right, right to left, and you will be really surprised how good it is for the money. Or Muddy Waters, Good Morning Little School Girl. This song opens with the guitars on the right. I don't joke, was at least 1.5 meter distance from the speaker, and same things with percussions with the left speaker. So 1.5 meter, if I'm not wrong, are 4 feet or 5. Muddy voice was solid in the center of the stage, real, expressive, airy and transparent. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Last point is that this speaker is a challenge. I love that it's difficult to set up, and let me really understand a lot of things regarding speaker positions, because every time you move also just a little bit, the speaker, the sound will change completely. It's a speaker that or you love it or you will hate it, in my opinion. But reading some review, watching other reviewers saying that they could achieve a good sound with it, and when I start the sound was not good at all, make me this challenged me, right? So I wanted to also be able to recreate or having these results. So I found myself every couple of days changing position just to see what will happen. And I had definitely a lot of fun. In the user manual you will find some tricks, and left and right are coming with the tweeter that can be placed external or in the internal positions. And on my last configurations I prefer the speaker placed probably with more separations between left and right, but with the tweeter in the internal position. And bang, I don't say that you will have also the same results, right? But in my environment, these configurations give me the best results and a little bit of toying. So there is no rules, you have to play and absolutely having fun. Alright, and that's where my 5 reasons why you should have one. And now let's move to 5 reasons why you should avoid the LRS Plus. And first point is expensive in Europe. I purchased it from Magnepan Europe and I paid something like $1,500. That compared to $900 in US are much more money. Generally I expecting something like 200, 300 maximum bucks more, but in this case I don't know why the price was pretty high. So it's definitely a speaker that worth much more in US rather than Europe. Second point, hard to set up. First, it will require a long period of break-in. It will change sound signature in a drastically way. It's crazy. If you don't believe in break-in, try it. First time I turned it on, there was no magic. I was expecting this crispiness of ribbon tweeter or ribbons driver or speaker, right? Nothing like that. Details, there was nothing, was pretty flat. Bass was, I don't know, ultra teeny. And I just didn't enjoy it. I say, oh my god, what I purchased. After a couple of weeks, bang, sound change completely. So what is happening? Basically, this teeny film, right, that is moving air inside the speaker is tensions to a specific tensions, and Magnepan cannot hit precisely always these specs, right, or this tension, and that's why the speaker require a break-in period, because these tensions it will eventually get to the specific requirement that need, for example, for a bass response, and this will take time. When I moved to the musical fidelity after 3 weeks or 1 month, I noticed that was also slightly brighter. And here is where I start to play with the resistors for the tweeter attenuations. It's coming with a pair of 4 ohm and 1 ohm resistor. I try first probably 2 ohm if I'm not wrong. One, it will give you 4 dB of attenuations in the tweeter, in the treble, and one will give you 1 dB. So I try one, but it became really too dark and I didn't like it, so I moved to the 1 ohm if I'm not wrong, and yes, definitely I was able to improve this bright treble. But first time I turned it on was absolutely not like that. An aspect to take it in considerations. You will need 1, 2, 3 months and the magic will come. Third point, it will need good power. With the musical fidelity was great, the Macintosh make them fly. Bottom end with the musical fidelity M3 SE was less warm than the Rotel but more dynamic and articulated, also precise and powerful. And you will get this feeling that moving every time to a better amplifier, it will give you a better result. So as I say, it's really about make them sing in a clean way, in a not fatigue way. That's what I noticed it moving to better amplification. Well, for example, with the Rotel A11 was playing loud but with distortion. That also, if is not probably audible, was audible at really high volumes but not at moderate volumes, but was fatigue. And it's a fatigue that is probably coming from distortion, right? So yes, definitely good power with the LRS Plus matter. Point number 4, teeny bass and lack of dynamic. If you are a bass head lover, at least you don't want to pair it with the subwoofer, right? This is not the speaker for you. Don't expect high dynamic on orchestra, but also on classic piano, for example. To give you an idea, listening, for example, for Tim Pinhale, was lack of body and punch on drums. But listening, for example, Happiest Days of Our Lives, in this track I was really impressed from the drums, so it really depends from the track and the recording. Here you can find some measures regarding the left and right channels with the Room EQ wizard, done in my rooms with UMIC 1 on the listening positions. And as you see, under 60 Hz, the situation is pretty shy. And here to test it, I pair it with my SVS 2000 Pro that are sealed subwoofer. Also, we compare sealed subwoofer with bass reflex. Just go to watch the video comparison, because I'm speaking about the LRS Plus sound quality. So review available, just look about it for more informations. When it's come to integrate subwoofer with speakers, I love to do it. I only love to do it with an external active crossover. And in this case, I use the SPL active crossover. Also here, if you want to know why I love this active crossover, just take a look of the video. So rock, pop, dance, electronic, all this stuff will need a subwoofer. Not a deal breaker, but something to take it in consideration. And on last points, standard stand. I really don't understand what they did. I mean, the material is great, it's beautiful, but doesn't work. I mean, you see this? Basically, this is like that on the ground, and every time it's falling down or losing positions. Sometimes I have one that is touching the ground floor, the other one not. I'm not able to give more inclinations, because here it will be the speaker, right? I'm not able to give more inclinations to have a better sound, something that I tested in this way. Okay, don't laughing, was just a test. And I found it really not versatile and reliable. And I don't understand why to put a stand that is coming with quality. It's not plastic, I mean, it's metal, it's really heavy, and compromise the sound quality. I know that there is an extra stand that is possible to be purchased, but they really could study something better. And after I spent 1.5 grand, I really didn't want to spend more money for an extra stand. And that's it. This was my different review regarding the LRS Plus. It's the most interesting speaker that I ever owned. It's not perfect, but I love it and I had a lot of fun with it. From Bad Audio is everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channels to support my work, and see you soon.
Me this time, lost trust in the dime. She's seen all the signs. I thought you were mine. I was blind. I remember when you were all in for us. I recall when you said you never loved someone like this, telling me lies. You had someone